Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we are going to go over the ass clownery, the douchebaggery, the selective enforcement that is going on surrounding the coronavirus crazy. And to illustrate this, we're not just going to talk about Cuomo now banning 31 states and well over half of the geographic population of 320 million people from New Yorkers going to visit. Hey, I'm essential, right? I'm media, right? I'm not going to have a contact tracer come up and illegally tell me to stay in my home. Right, Cuomo? You said that the other day. You said you were exempt because you're so special, Capo Cuomo. You're so special. Even though you went to Georgia to grandstand with a mayor that was willing to lap it up and love you and tell you how great you are. Meanwhile, the rest of the state, outside of Savannah, and the people that showed up to that little press conference, that had nobody, it wasn't like a rally or anything, hate your fucking guts and have every right to. 31 states, I shut down 27 bars and took their liquor licenses, and if the bad bars and restaurants don't stop, I'm going to treat you like a child, and I'm just going to shut them all down because I'm the great dictator. Well, that's a problem. And now California has supposedly surpassed New York in the corona numbers. That's a problem. And guess what? They're quarantining entire apartment buildings in California, and no one seems to be reporting on it. Props to Erica Jill for sending me that information, which I later confirmed. We're going to go over all that, but we're going to start with a lead story of how some people who were tested for the coronavirus, or at least the state thought they were tested for the coronavirus in Florida, didn't even take the test and somehow came up positive. And we'll get into why that happened, how that's happening, how all of this is a cluster fudge of nonsense. I was just among 3,500 people at a sporting event. Is anybody sick? I'm not sick. Did anybody I see? They get sick? I don't think so. There was no outbreak after your media military industrial complex protests and riots. No one was getting sick there, although those are sanctioned by people like Chris Cuomo, Andrew's brother. Oh, since he says it, it's okay, right? It's okay. We're going to go over all that. I want to remind people I am fully demonetized on this platform, so I need your support now more than ever as the trolls come for me, as I refuse to bow down before any mob, whether it's the leftist Antifa mob or the Q crazy mob. I've lost 400 subscribers in the past 2 days. That's fine. If I lose 4,000 subscribers, that's fine. I'm not here for clicks and likes and shares and to be your buddy, old buddy Burmis. No. I'm here to tell you the truth. And that's it. And wherever the truth takes me is what I promise to report to you. It's not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong. And it will continue to be. So I need your support now more than ever. $5, $10, $15 means the world to me. Make sure that if you do like the truth, if you don't play team baseball, if you understand that Bill Barr is not your friend, is part of a deep state, you know, that same deep state you rail against, yeah, please thumb it up, subscribe, and share. Share the information with other people. Show them what's up. I approve. Check out the documentary films Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. And you can also support me over on Rockfin. Let's do it. Let's get into it. So let's play this news piece. I want to prep you for it. Basically, what you have here is a situation where people get into a line, they get ready to get tested, and then after an hour, 2 hours of waiting, or realizing that they're in the wrong line, etc., they leave. And then they get a phone call that they're COVID positive. What? How could this be happening? Well, let me tell you how. They give you a number. And if you were number 15 and you happen to step out, and number 15 now, who is number 16, is a positive, well then you're positive. And if somehow that number 16 was actually a negative, the number 16 was a negative, they're now positive. It makes no sense. And believe me, guys, I'm not one of those people that told you the virus isn't real. very real. Very treatable, too, by the way. Probably not allowed to say that on this platform because it's beholden to the World Health Organization, of which we're trying to get out. But YouTube and the demigods at the Technopoly don't want to let you know that either. No, they want to parrot authoritarian, unelected talking points.
Sunday, over 80,000 new coronavirus cases have been confirmed here in the state. That's a very bad week. And although enhanced testing has been a factor in some of that increase, many folks here on the Sun Coast say there are some problems in really getting a handle on how much of a hold this virus has in our community. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us now with the details on why there is such wonder. Rebecca.
Well, it has nothing to do with actually getting tested for COVID-19, but instead the results. The quickest turnaround is about 48 hours, and the majority of the time it could take about a week to find out if you're infected with the virus or not. But the most recent issue, getting back COVID-19 test results that aren't even yours.
So there she's talking about test results that aren't even yours. Now I want to talk about something else too. I have friends down in Florida. They took the test. They came up positive. No symptoms. Completely asymptomatic the entire time. Completely asymptomatic the entire time. Let's continue.
I get a phone call asking for me. And I said, yes, this is Mindy Clark. And they say, well, we want you to know that your test was positive. And I said, I looked at the phone like, positive for what? And they said, positive for COVID. And I said, there's no way possible. And she said, oh, yes. She said, you did the test. And I said, no, ma'am.
Mindy Clark had gone to the drive-through testing site at Manatee Rural Health. But before she was able to get swabbed, she left the line because she realized it was for people with symptoms only.
And I said, you need to take that off my record. She goes, well, we don't know now. You have to prove to us that you're negative.
Imagine that. You don't even take a test. And the authorities don't have to prove that you took that test. You have to prove you didn't and that you don't have the virus. That's some scary shit right there. That's real scary. They can just say whatever they want. And then you are beholden to a class of people that don't give a rat's ass about you, that don't care about the truth. They're just COVID, COVID, fear, fear, mask, mask, COVID, COVID, fear, fear, mask, mask, change society, mandatory vaccine. Get out of here.
She tested negative just 2 days later and also tested negative for the antibodies. And according to many of our viewers, this hasn't only happened to her. Clark says if she and many others have been incorrectly identified as positive in the state system so easily, how accurate are the numbers that are released daily?
Not great.
This is part of the testing mechanism problem. It's people are sitting in their cars, sometimes for hours, or standing in line 6 feet apart, at least for hours, and you're registered. You're number 15 in line right now. That means you are Jay Wolfson. Now, if Jay Wolfson says, I can't wait any longer, and I leave, it will get number 15, who's now Rebecca Fernandez, who is standing behind me, and you may test positive, and then everybody, there has to be a better way.
So basically what he's saying is as soon as somebody leaves, all the tests after are completely invalid. Completely invalid. Where is this in the national media? Please show me any national media that is covering this whatsoever. We have to go to local media and, broadcasts like mine to even find this stuff out. Okay? And as I said, California has now surpassed the number, apparently, but how could we know that 370,000 of these cases are actually confirmed since we can't trust a word out of their mouths? Please tell me. I don't get it. And I know there's other stuff on the internet saying that they had 100% in some cases. I don't know whether that's true, but I do know what I just showed you is 100% true. Okay? And this is even more disturbing. So you can go check it out yourself. Again, the national media, where are you? They have locked down Ventura apartment building 137 South Palm Street in California and quarantine the entire thing. What? Try quarantining my house at this point. If I know, I get it. I don't have a BLM shirt. I get it. I'm not ripping down statues. I'm not torching businesses. I'm not looting TVs. So I'm supposed to stay in my house. And again, I was sent this. Let me just read you some of this right here. Due to the recent COVID-19 virus outbreak at the Palms building, the Ventura County Public Health Department has ordered mandatory COVID-19 testing and quarantine for all residents at 137 South Palm Beach. There it is. There it is. And anybody can go check this out. This is nuts. This is China style, baby. This is China style. All of us railing against China and the 1.2 billion people there and their authoritarian systems of controlling government and their social credit score madness. This is it. We don't need to push back anymore. We need to shove them back. Shove them back. Because this is nuts. And like I said, Cuomo added 10 more states to the quarantine list, including the one I'm at right now, Missouri. Okay? Let's just read it to you. Okay? The new states added, okay, those new states, Alaska, Delaware, Indiana, Maryland, Missouri, Montana, North Dakota, Nebraska, Virginia, and Washington, are accompanied by Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, New Mexico, Nevada, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Wisconsin. Not happening, Cuomo. You ain't my daddy. Okay? You ain't my daddy. And remember, Cuomo can just do whatever he wants, right? He can sign executive orders, and he's an essential worker. We're all essential. Every time I hear the words essential worker, all I can think of is Schindler's List and that scene where the one-armed man who Schindler took a liking to and said he was an essential worker goes, I am essential, right before they shoot him in the head. And I get that's fiction, but I'm not wearing a Star of David. I'm not putting a tattoo on my arm. And I'm certainly not wearing a slave mask for you motherfuckers. I will not do it. I will not do it. And this isn't a left or right issue. It never has been. It wasn't a left or right issue in the beginning. The virus is real, but it's very treatable. But they don't want to tell you about those treatments. Instead, what's trending right now? They're giving $1.95 billion to Pfizer and, BioNet for their vaccine. I'm not taking a vaccine. It ain't happening. So the question is, when are we going to step up and get all of these people out there out of office? Right now. Right now. And I don't know that it has to be voting. We must demand they step down. Demand they step down. New York State, okay? If I order a burger and a beer, it's okay. If I order a beer, no mas. And again, they took away 27 liquor licenses that we know of as of yesterday. And they were talking about how many of these bars, to try to get around it, were making dollar menu items named after Cuomo. All right? I know bars that are doing this. Get a hot dog, get some chips, etc., etc. They're gunning for you. And they might just not gun for you. You might not lose your liquor license. He might just demand that restaurants shut down again. You know, if you're McDonald's, it's okay. If you're Burger King, it's okay. You've got contactless delivery. You've got DoorDash. I'm done with it all. It's all Johnny nonsense. And we need to step up to the plate and say, no, 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 no. Guys, once again, thumbs the video up. Subscribe and share. We're in a pretty good spot where I'm able to do these very well produced videos. I've been missing it. $5, $10, $15 means the world to me. Big donations. Thank you so much. Again, if you believe in the truth, thumbs up, share, and subscribe. I'll probably lose another 1,000 subscribers this week because I'm going hard everywhere. And if I offend you, sorry. Sorry. If the truth hurts, man, the truth always hurts sometimes. I get hurt by the truth. When I see news stories like this, I go, oh, ouch. I get angry. I get red-faced. I get upset. It's a human emotion. It's a real one. Check out the documentary films Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled, Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. I think we're doing a definite Rockfin exclusive sometime today. In about a half an hour, I'm going to be doing Mixed Martial Mindset with John Fitch live, talking about the upcoming UFC events, what's going on in California, and much more. And just to show everybody, you know, it doesn't matter that my viewership is up and all that other stuff. It doesn't matter I'm fully demonetized, all that. I'm losing subscribers because some people want to believe in message board fantasies and nonsense. And I won't be beholden to that. I'm not about the clicks and likes. I'm not about placating to an audience. I'm about the real mother trucking deal. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip.